Doubt. Doubt is something that we've all experienced at one point or another in our lives. Can you recall a time, even recently, when you were doubting something or someone in your life? Let me tell you, I have definitely had my fair share of doubts and worries and concerns in my life. I've had moments where just everything seemed uncertain. But I experienced something that completely transformed the way I view my doubt. And I'm going to share that story with you today with the purpose of inspiring you to move forward in your life. Several years ago, I found myself working in Maryland, and I was working for a Fortune 500 company. And it certainly had its ups and downs, but overall it was going pretty well. It was about 6 months into the job, and it was mid-June, and I had a bad day. Now raise your hand if you ever had a bad day before. It's normal. It's part of life. It's absolutely part of the human experience. But one thing about me that you should know, and maybe you're the same way, is that if I have a bad day, I will almost always come back with a good day. I'm resilient. But this week was different. There was something off. There was something weird about this week. And I didn't just have a bad Monday, but I had a bad Tuesday. And then I had an even worse Wednesday. Hump day didn't get me over the hump. And then Thursday was worse than Monday through Wednesday combined. It was just terrible. Everything went wrong on Thursday. And I'm not just referring to petty concerns. I'm talking about serious concerns I was slamming into the real world. I was struggling to pay my bills. A family member of mine was very sick. I was getting in arguments with family and friends because I was so stressed out I wasn't able to be my true self. Thursday evening, I was questioning everything. I mean, literally everything. I was questioning my relationship and my job and the state I was living in, and I didn't know which way was up and which way was down. Friday morning, I woke up. It was the last day of the week. And I knew that in order to change my week, I had to do something differently. So completely spontaneously, spur of the moment, I decided to wear my suit to work. There's no rhyme or reason. No one told me to do it. I just thought to myself, why not? I need to somehow turn this week around. Let me wear the suit to work. So I put on the magic suit. So I drove into work. It was a pretty interesting and normal morning. Nothing really different happened. But about an hour into the day, a billing issue came up, as often happens in our work lives. And I had to go talk to the lead accountant to address this issue. Now, the lead accountant was a very intimidating lady. She'd been with the company for nearly a decade, and everyone respected her, and I never even talked to her in person. Up until that moment, all of my communication with her was via email. But despite my doubt, I decided to do something differently. And despite the part of me that just wanted to just shoot a quick email, I said, why not go talk to her? What do I have to lose? So I walked down the hallway and then over, and I was a little bit nervous, but I was excited too, and I was carrying my paperwork. And when she saw me, I was wearing the suit with the red tie, and she looked up at me and she said, wow, Jeff. And a huge smile erupted on her face, and she goes, you look good in that suit. And I said, wow, thank you, Melissa, I really do appreciate that. And we ended up having a great conversation. She asked me what I was up to. I said, well, to put it lightly, it's been a really bad week. But I have been doing a lot of speaking in my speaking initiatives, and overall, life is okay. And I asked her about what she's up to in her life, and she told me about her daughter and her husband and how they always go and see baseball games. It's someone who I had never talked to before and who I was intimidated to speak to, but I was acting differently despite the doubt. After talking to her, I went back to my desk and I was holding my shoulders back a little bit more. I was feeling a little bit better. And I was smiling and nodding and waving at people who would normally not acknowledge at all, or who maybe would not even acknowledge me. About an hour later, my manager came over to my desk and he said, Jeff, would you mind joining us in this meeting? Completely unexpectedly, a prospective client showed up.